Well, welcome guys to another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel, and in this one I'll be talking about United's latest match on their tour of the US, where the Reds defeated Roma in a 3-2 thriller. It was part of the ICC, which is the International Champions Cup, which is, part of the stepping up process in terms of the quality of opponents we're going to be facing. And in the course of the tournament, we faced Roma obviously last night, Inter Milan next on Saturday, and then the ultimate match and test is against Real Madrid next Saturday. So it's a stepping up and stepping stone process in order to gain full fitness, which is what pre-season is about. But Louis van Gaal reiterated his intentions to win every single game if we can, in order to build confidence within the team and also confidence within the new system that he's trying to implement. So 2 out of 2, a win's a win, and so it's again a good step in the right direction. And currently we're leading in the top of our group, with Inter Milan beating Real Madrid last night on penalties, meaning they got 2 points, Real Madrid with 1 point, and Roma obviously with no points. So good start, and I've got some points that I want to review in terms and over the course of this video. The goals, really well taken by Rooney, scoring twice again, so he's made a really good start to his pre-season tour. And also Juan Mata, the first goal, it was a stunning finish by Wayne Rooney. Good interplay in the Roma box, or just outside of their box, with Welbeck, Mata and Rooney linking up. Mata with the assist, Rooney 20 yards curler, really beautiful effort. The second goal was equally as beautiful. Rooney spraying a 50-yard pass to Mata, whose first touch was immaculate, and then a great lob finish over the keeper. So those two linking up really well. And then the third one, Welbeck forced a penalty from Roma, and Rooney dispatched it nonchalantly. So United at a break was leading that 3-0, and I thought what a great scoreline, because as you know, Roma finished second in Serie A, so they're definitely no mugs, and definitely a step up from LA Galaxy. But we held our position and structure pretty well during the first half, where Roma dictated possession, but came to the decisive moment, we took our chances, and thus paying off in the system. In the second half, it was a bit of a different story. The first one, their first goal, Mirjam Pjanic, similar like Beckham from his own half, smashed it into the net. So Louis van Gaal seemed to lay the blame on Ben Amos, which is a bit harsh, because playing that sort of 3-5-2 formation, you need your keeper to be a sweeper keeper. But that's the risk. But Amos, I think, if he looks at it again, he'll be disappointed to be beaten from that distance and not make a better effort of chasing the ball back. The second one, penalty, really harsh on Michael Keane. He was about 2 meters away, and the ball hit off his hand, or partly his hand and his chest. So it's a really harsh decision from the referee, but United held on just. But like I said, a good win in the end against a very tough opponent. A few pointers from this game is that we, in possession, when we did have little bits of it, we played really well. Also in the first half, we had a bit of a stronger team out, and a bit more balanced in my view. That's why in the second half we conceded those 2 goals. I mean, when you have Kagwa and Jesse Lingard as your central midfielders, you can be exposed. But I think Louis van Gaal wanted to give Chicharito a bit of the run, and also to satisfy the US fans, which is understandable. But obviously that meant that we lacked a bit of stability and balance in that central midfield, where Jesse Lingard and Shinji Kagwa are technically number 10. So to be deploying them as number 8, basically it's going to be a bit of a suicidal experimentation. So it's going to be, that's why I think we consider those 2 goals. But looking at positive, you still got to win. And another point I have to say is that from noticing in the system, you do need and use your keeper as the 11th man of your team, where he's very comfortable in possession. But not only that, he has to be, very accurate with his passing. I thought, Johnston in the first half at times was a bit nervous and on the ball. Obviously, a bit comfortable when there's no pressure, but sometimes I thought his decision making was a bit iffy. But again, he probably could improve that a little bit. Similar to Amos as well in the second half, where after that mistake, after the Pinich goal, he did make a bit of a mess of some of the clearance. But credit to Amos for one of the saves where Barriello, I think the striker, tried to a little cheeky overhead kick, but Amos saved really, really well to keep the score at 3-2 at that point. So that's one aspect I think Lou Van Gaal will be trying to improve within the team. De Gea, obviously the standout candidate. We all know about his quality with the ball at his feet. I'm not sure whether it's just the whole culture. Obviously, it's partly to do with the culture, but I'm sure with a bit of training, the other keepers could come and utilise the ball a bit better, and that is really, really important in this sort of system where the keepers, obviously with the back three, are going to be having a lot of possession, and to build from the back you need a keeper with technical ability in order to carry out the raking 50-yard pass or whatever needed to fulfill and turn the opponent around. So it's a area where Lou Van Gaal will probably look and will definitely try to improve. But I thought Amos and Johnston did relatively well in the context of things during the course of the match. And another experiment that went iffy was that Ashley Young played as right wing back. Ashley Young, when he does play on the wings, he does tend to track back, and that's all credit to him as a wide man. But I thought his defensive kind of rookie experience at that sort of position really showed last night, where some of his decision making and also his tackling was a bit out of time, should we say. So but I thought Lou Van Gaal obviously trying to just experiment as much as he can, trying different combinations in order to see what and who can be his personnel who can trust throughout the season. But I thought Ashley Young did relatively well in terms of attacking, which is what he's his forte, but defensively he's a bit found out. But like I said, it's all pre-season, part of the new formation and part of a new combination that Lou Van Gaal is trying to implement within the team. But I think we should take a lot of these experimentations in with a pinch of salt, because at the beginning of the season I highly doubt that Ashley Young will be our starting right wing back. And another positive point I want to talk about is the performance of Tyler Blackett, who played for the 90 minutes as Lou Van Gaal suggested yesterday, and I thought he played really, really well. He's the only naturally left-footed player within the centre-backs we currently have. So and Lou Van Gaal does like to have a left-footed centre-back in order to give it a balance into the defensive three. So Tyler Blackett, I thought he was strong, read the game really well, really confident on the ball as well, really good passes and raking passes into the midfield. It wasn't your typical switch of play kind of 40-yarders, but it penetrated Broner with the quick passing and the passes into perhaps the number 10 or the wide position in order to start another attack. So I thought he did really, really well, and he's definitely in with a shout with to get him involved in the first team if he continue in this vein of form at that left-sided centre-back role. And another point is that Lou Van Gaal made some brave calls about the captain. First off, Tom Cleverley and then Chris Smalling were given the armband in this match, so that shows the character of the man, where he wants to give everyone a bit of a confidence boost. I doubt again that whether Cleverley or Smalling will be the United captain for the coming season. But I thought that is, fantastic man management, where he gave those two players who were under the cosh somewhat last season, a bit of a confidence boost, and show that he is willing to, let everyone in the squad to show what they could do. So I thought that was a fantastic touch. On Chris Smalling, I thought he was a fantastic, display. Quite confident at times. I thought I was a bit nervous, him playing that central defender in that, in that 3-man defence. But I thought, he proved me wrong and played really, really well in that role. So it could be another role that Smalling could play this season. And, I don't think no one can doubt his aerial ability and his offensive ability. It's just when he's in possession, he just needs to, get a bit more comfortable on the ball, and also to play the easy ball rather than, always make an effort to send that one miracle ball all the time. And just to sum up, really, I thought that this game was, a really, really good win, because it was obviously a class step up from the LA Galaxy game, but we still managed to win. Louis van Gaal was pretty disappointed with the performance, saying the players who are his best passers went a bit off their game in this very match. But like I said, we scraped to win, and to have a manager who is complaining about a win against the team who finished second in Serie A is something else. And that shows the caliber of the man and the demeanor of the man, where he always wants to win, but more importantly, he wants us to play the right type of football, where we play with good attacks and also in good possession, which something we didn't do in the second half, obviously, with a lot of experimentation, and also the lack of balance in the midfield added to that, all that mix. So it's a bit of a stepping stone, like I said, and a bit of a learning process within this system, but I'm sure we'll improve, and as the fitness improves, then we'll see a lot more, kind of like more fluidity in the attack and also in possession in the team. And remember, this is only the second game within this new system, so I think it will be interesting to see how we develop further, and even harder tests against Inter Milan and also Real Madrid ultimately. And hopefully we'll get into the next stage and face one of the other teams from the other pool. That wraps up another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment below on any of the stories mentioned, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And also, if you want to keep to be updated with the latest videos, please subscribe to the channel for more content. You can check me out as well on Twitter at Man United Daily, or visit the website at manuniteddaily.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.